The architecture behind every AI you use right now, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, all of it, was invented in 2017. One research paper, 8 words in the title. Attention is all you need. That single paper launched a 9-year empire. Every chatbot, every AI image generator, every coding assistant on the planet, all built on the same foundation called the Transformer. And for almost a decade, nobody seriously challenged it. Until now. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the company that built ChatGPT, has been quietly signaling for months that the Transformer's reign is ending. He's called GPT-4 something that will soon look obsolete. He's admitted the missing piece for true AI intelligence is continuous learning, something the Transformer was never designed to do. And behind closed doors, OpenAI has been working on secret projects codenamed Shallotpeat and Spud, specifically designed to move beyond the architecture that made them famous. The company that rode the Transformer to a $300 billion valuation is now racing to replace it. And they're not alone. So let's talk about what's actually happening, why the Transformer is hitting a wall, what's coming next, and what this means for the future of artificial intelligence. Because this isn't just a technical upgrade, this is the biggest shift in AI since it went mainstream. The signals. Altman's public pivot. To understand why this matters, you need to understand what Sam Altman has been saying, and more importantly, what he hasn't been saying. Throughout 2025 and into early 2026, Altman has systematically shifted his language from celebrating the Transformer to openly acknowledging its limits. During Sequoia's AI Ascent conference in 2025, he reflected on OpenAI's evolution from a 14-person research lab to a dominant platform. But the key line was buried in the middle of the conversation. The next 2 to 3 years would involve a shift toward deeply personal AI services that function across all life contexts. Not just better chatbots, not just faster responses, an entirely different kind of AI. Then in December 2025, Altman went further. In a series of interviews, he suggested that AGI, artificial general intelligence, might have already whooshed by in a functional sense. He said the term itself was becoming underdefined, but the real bombshell was when he identified what he called the missing piece: continuous learning, the ability for a model to realize it doesn't know something, go learn it overnight, and wake up smarter the next day. That sounds simple enough. It's not, because the Transformer architecture, the one powering every major AI system on Earth right now, was never built to do that. Transformers are trained once on massive datasets, then their weights are frozen. They don't learn on the fly, they don't adapt in real time. And that single limitation is now the bottleneck standing between current AI and the next generation of intelligence. In his Reflections blog post, Altman admitted that while OpenAI is confident we know how to build AGI, the tactics must continue to evolve beyond traditional pre-training. And on the Lex Fridman podcast, he said something that should have gotten far more attention than it did. GPT-4 will soon seem obsolete compared to systems possessing major advances in reasoning. Not slightly better. Obsolete. Secret projects. Shallotpeat and Spud. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Behind the scenes at OpenAI, there are projects underway that suggest a complete architectural overhaul isn't just planned. It's already happening. In November 2025, details leaked about an internal initiative called Project Shallotpeat. The name itself is a coded admission. Shallots grow poorly in peat soil. The project name is literally saying the current foundation isn't good enough for what they're trying to grow next. Shallotpeat was designed specifically to address the deficiencies in pre-training, the core process that gives Transformers their knowledge. By March 2026, another project surfaced, codenamed Spud, reported by The Information as the centerpiece of Altman's current strategy to maintain technological competitiveness against a resurgent Google. Both of these codenamed projects represent a significant departure from the linear GPT numbering system everyone is used to. There's no traditional GPT-6 on the horizon. Instead, the focus has shifted to specialized reasoning and what researchers call world modeling, capabilities the original 2017 Transformer design was never optimized to handle. And this goes far beyond just new models. OpenAI's leaked strategy documents, disclosed through legal exhibits and internal memos, outline a radical shift from being a software-as-a-service company to becoming a personal operating system. The goal for 2026 is for ChatGPT to serve as the primary interface to the internet, not an app you open, not a website you visit. the layer through which you interact with everything digital. Every other app, every search engine, every browser becomes a back-end service accessed through OpenAI's platform. And to secure that position, they're even developing a physical hardware device in collaboration with Jony Ive, the legendary designer behind the iPhone, for release in 2026. The reasoning is defensive. OpenAI doesn't want to be locked inside Apple's or Google's ecosystem. They want to own the hardware layer themselves. Why transformers are hitting a wall? So why exactly is the transformer reaching its limits? Let's get into the technical side for a moment, because the math behind this is what's actually forcing the entire industry to pivot. The transformer's biggest advantage was also its biggest constraint. When it was invented in 2017, its key innovation was the attention mechanism. Every word in a sentence pays attention to every other word in that sentence. That's what makes ChatGPT so remarkably good at understanding context and generating coherent text. But here's the problem nobody talked about early on. That process scales quadratically. If you double the amount of text the model needs to process, the compute cost doesn't just double, it quadruples. Double it again, and the cost multiplies by 16. By 2026, this has become genuinely unsustainable at scale. For a 70 billion parameter model to maintain a 1 million token context window, it consumes roughly 320 gigabytes of GPU memory just for the attention cache alone. That exceeds the capacity of most individual server-grade GPUs on the planet. Analyzing an entire codebase, processing a complete medical history, or reviewing a full legal case file becomes prohibitively expensive using traditional dense transformers. The industry calls it the memory wall, and every major AI lab has slammed into it. But the scaling problem isn't even the worst part. In 2025, researchers proved mathematically that some of the transformers' most frustrating behaviors aren't bugs that can be patched. They're structural features baked into the architecture itself. Hallucinations, those confident-sounding but completely wrong answers that AI gives you? Researchers Kalai and Vempala proved that no computable language model built on this architecture can be universally correct on unbounded queries. Hallucination is a statistical property of how transformers generate text. You can't fix it with better training data. You can't train it away with human feedback. It's in the math. Then there's the reasoning problem. Research by Ziri and colleagues showed that transformers often collapse multi-step reasoning into simple pattern matching. Performance drops exponentially as task complexity rises. GPT-4, one of the most powerful AI models ever built, achieved only 59% accuracy on 3-digit multiplication. 3 digits. The lost in the middle problem, where models fail to retrieve information buried in the center of a long document, was proven to be a geometric property present at the architecture's initialization, not a training failure, a fundamental design limitation. What's replacing the transformers? So if transformers are hitting a wall, what comes next? The answer isn't one single replacement architecture. It's an entire ecosystem of new approaches converging to solve different pieces of the puzzle. And the race to build them is already well underway. The most promising category is state space models, or SSMs. The breakthrough version is called Mamba, developed by researchers Gu and Dao in 2024. Instead of that quadratic attention mechanism that makes transformers so expensive, Mamba processes sequences in linear time. Double the input, double the cost, not quadruple it. That single mathematical difference changes everything about what's economically viable at scale. Mamba can handle massive context windows without the memory explosion that cripples traditional transformers. Then there's Mixture of Experts, or MOE. This is the approach Google, DeepSeek, and Mistral have been pushing aggressively. Instead of activating the entire model for every single word, MOE architectures only fire up 5 to 10% of their parameters per token. The result is dramatic cost reduction without losing capability. DeepSeek's v3.2 model, using what they call DeepSeek sparse attention, reportedly achieved GPT-5 level performance at 90% lower training cost. That's not an incremental improvement, that's an entirely different economics of artificial intelligence. But the real game changer is this. A breakthrough in 2024 proved that state space models and attention mechanisms are mathematically dual, two different views of the exact same computation. This has opened the door to hybrid models that combine the strengths of both. AI21's Jamba model uses a ratio of 1 attention layer for every 7 Mamba layers. It handles 256,000 token context windows at 3 times the throughput of comparable pure transformer models. Microsoft's Phi 4 Mini uses 75% Mamba layers, delivering 10 times higher throughput and 2 to 3 times lower latency than pure transformer equivalents. These hybrids are already in production, serving real users. This isn't theoretical anymore. Even OpenAI has tipped its hand. Their most capable open-source model, GPT-OSS 120B, revealed a 117 billion parameter mixture of experts architecture under the hood, not a pure transformer. And they're reportedly developing custom inference chips specifically optimized for the non-linear computation paths these new hybrid architectures require. The industry shockwave. OpenAI isn't making this transition in a vacuum. The recognition that transformer scaling is hitting diminishing returns has leveled the competitive playing field in ways nobody expected. Google's release of Gemini 3 in late 2025 forced Altman to issue an internal memo warning OpenAI employees of rough times and rough vibes. That memo was a candid admission that Google's progress had genuinely challenged OpenAI's leadership position. Meta dropped Llama 4 Scout with a staggering 10 million token context window in early 2026. DeepSeek released models that surpassed GPT-5 on reasoning benchmarks at a fraction of the cost. The lead that OpenAI once seemed to hold comfortably is now razor thin. The philosophical divide in the industry runs even deeper than the competition. Jan LeCun at Meta has argued for years that language models are fundamentally limited because their understanding is purely linguistic. He's pushing what he calls world models, predictive simulators trained on video and sensory data instead of just text. His VJEPA systems have demonstrated zero-shot robot planning after training on just 62 hours of data. Meanwhile, Ilya Sutskever, who left OpenAI to form Safe Superintelligence, has expressed deep skepticism about simple scaling, asking whether the belief is truly that if you had 100 times more, everything would be so different. The money tells the story. In 2025, AI startups pulled in $211 billion in venture capital, an 85% jump from 2024. 1 out of every 2 VC dollars on the planet went to AI. But here's the critical detail. The capital is shifting. Approximately 19% of funding went to AI infrastructure and 11% to robotics and defense technology. OpenAI closed a $40 billion deal with SoftBank. Anthropic raised $13 billion. The era of simply throwing more money at bigger transformers and expecting breakthroughs is officially over. The bigger picture: AGI, geopolitics, and the ambient AI era. So what does all of this actually mean for the future? Sam Altman has laid out a timeline that should make everyone pay very close attention. 2025 was the arrival of AI agents that do real cognitive work and join the workforce. 2026 is the arrival of systems that can figure out novel insights and serve as a personal operating system. And 2027 is the arrival of robots capable of performing physical tasks in the real world. The goal is to move beyond predicting the next word to predicting the next state of reality itself. Altman envisions a future where OpenAI outputs more tokens of thought per day than all of humanity combined, eventually by factors of 100 times. The geopolitical angle makes this even more urgent. Chinese open-source models from DeepSeek, Qwen, and Kimi now rival proprietary American systems at a fraction of the cost. Beijing sees personal AI hardware, wearables, and devices as strategic territory. Whoever owns the device layer owns the data and the interface. That's why OpenAI is building hardware with Jony Ive. That's why Apple is racing to embed AI into every product it makes. And that's why the next few years will determine whether the AI future is controlled by America, China, Europe, or something none of us have imagined yet. For businesses currently built on GPT-4 or similar APIs, this transition carries enormous implications. If OpenAI succeeds in becoming the interface to everything, every app may need to function as a back-end service for ChatGPT. Your restaurant booking app, your calendar, your email, all mediated through a single AI layer. Consumers may soon face a choice between an Apple AI device, a China-made AI pendant, or the OpenAI and Jony Ive creation. This isn't just the end of the transformer era. It might be the end of the smartphone era itself and the beginning of what researchers are calling the ambient AI era, where intelligence is always on, always listening, and woven directly into your physical world. 2026 is the year brute force scaling officially gave way to architectural reasoning. The Transformer isn't dead yet. It will likely survive in hybrid form, providing the precision recall needed for high-fidelity tasks. But the heavy lifting of processing millions of tokens, modeling the physical world, and reasoning through complex problems will fall to a new generation of architectures that didn't exist 3 years ago. The paper was called "Attention is All You Need." Turns out it wasn't, not even close. What happens next will determine whether AI becomes the most powerful tool humanity has ever built, or just another technology that promised more than it could deliver. The race is on, and it's moving faster than anyone predicted. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if this made you rethink a few things, and subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the biggest technology shift of our lifetime. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.